Hello everyone, welcome back to NEET वाला chemistry. So after a long time we are meeting again atomic structure के एक नया और बहुत ही important topic के साथ. On the previous lectures we have got to know about various aspects of an atom. If you are new to this channel, then please go through the previous lectures for other important topics of atomic structure. And please subscribe the channel so that you can get updated and ultimate lectures for NEET and AIIMS. तो आज के लेक्चर में हम बात करेंगे orbits, orbitals, suborbits, nodes and also the other important topics, and we will find the actual address of an electron inside the atom, जो कि नीट के क्वेश्चन पेपर के लिए बहुत ही पॉपुलर है. And the most important thing यह है कि along with the theory part, we will also discuss the various previous year questions from this topic, and we will try to understand the process of solving of those problems. So please watch till end to be a master of this topic, so that any questions from this topic in the NEET question paper will become your बाएं हाथ का खेल. तो चलिए आज की खाता खोलते हैं. सो लेट्स कंसंट्रेट हियर. अगर आपको कोई पूछता है कि भाई आपका एड्रेस क्या है, तो आप कैसे बताएंगे? आप पहले बताएंगे कि आपका कंट्री कौन सा है. यू विल टेल योर कंट्री नेम, देन यू विल टेल योर स्टेट, देन यू विल टेल द डिस्ट्रिक्ट, and you will tell your PIN number. So in this way you will tell your address. So address of a man will be country. Within country there are many states, so then he will tell his state. Within a state there are many districts, so he will mention the district and then he will mention the PIN number. ठीक उसी तरह अगर हम एड्रेस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इनसाइड एन एटम ढूंढने जाएंगे तो पता है हमें क्या मिलेगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल सी फॉर द ऑर्बिट और शेल. तो ऑर्बिट और शेल is similar to the country of a man. Then within a orbit we can find many suborbits. Just like we have found many states inside a country, inside an orbit we will find many suborbit or subshell, and inside a suborbit we can find out orbitals, and lastly we will see for the spin of an electron. Within an orbit or shell we will get many suborbit or subshell, and within a suborbit or subshell we will get many orbitals. We will discuss all this later on in this lecture, but पहले ये चार चीज थोड़ा समझ लेते हैं. So let us assume it is the nucleus of an atom, and surrounding it these are the orbits or shell in which the electron is present. अब inside this orbit there are many suborbits. There are many suborbits or subshells. Now if we zoom any suborbit or subshell, we will see many orbitals inside a suborbit. So it is the orbit or shell. These are suborbit or subshell, and inside a suborbit there are many orbitals, and inside these orbitals there are electron clouds. So inside these orbitals electrons are present with two opposite spin. अब ये spin क्या है ये सब हम बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे. अब बस इतना समझ लो कि first we will get orbits, inside orbits we will get many suborbits, and inside each suborbit we will again get small orbitals, and orbitals के अंदर हमें electrons मिलेगा. ठीक है, inside the orbitals we will get the electron. So in this way we will actually get the address of an electron, right? So चलो अब थोड़ा अंदर जाते हैं. So now we will discuss about the quantum numbers. Just like human has pin numbers, electron has quantum numbers. So with the help of these quantum numbers we will get the information or the address of an electron. So these quantum numbers will tell us about the orbit, orbitals, suborbit, spin of an electron. So let's have a look in this quantum number. बहुत ही easy है, अच्छी तरीके से समझ लेना है. चलो. So first comes principal quantum numbers. First comes principal quantum numbers. ठीक है. So principal quantum number is shortly denoted by small n. Small n से principal quantum number denote किया जाता है. And principal quantum number represents the name, size and energy of an orbit in which the electron is residing. तो इलेक्ट्रॉन जिस ऑर्बिट में है उस ऑर्बिट का नाम, साइज एंड एनर्जी इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर. तो अगर हमें एक इलेक्ट्रॉन का ऑर्बिट पता करना है तो हम किसे ढूंढेंगे? हम प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर ऑफ दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन को ढूंढेंगे. एंड यू मस्ट रिमेंबर दैट प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर रिप्रेजेंट्स साइज ऑफ एन ऑर्बिट. ये वाला क्वेश्चन नीट में बहुत आता है. ठीक है, तो चलो अब हम देख लेते हैं रेंज ऑफ n, मतलब प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर का रेंज कहां से कहां तक है. द वैल्यू ऑफ n कैन रन फ्रॉम 1 to infinity. So principal quantum number may be 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 towards infinity, but it can never be 0. Principal number 0 नहीं हो सकता. Okay, so please keep these 2 points in your mind. Now we will discuss some other things about the principal quantum number. Now we will see for the name of an orbit. अब देखो, अगर n का वैल्यू 1 है, if n equal to 1, then the name of the shell will be K shell, capital K shell. Okay, अगर n का वैल्यू 2 है तो the name of the shell will be L shell. n का वैल्यू 3, then name of shell is M shell. n का वैल्यू 4, then name of shell will be N shell, and just like that, like n का वैल्यू अगर 5 है तो name of shell is O shell. So just like that we name the orbit. So अगर तुम्हें पूछा जाए कि if n equal to 1, then what is the name of the shell? What is the name of the orbit? You will tell n equal to 1 means K orbit, n equals to 4 means N orbit, n equals to 3 means M orbit, just like that. And we will see here another thing, that if question comes that what is the total number of electron inside K orbit, what is the total number of electron inside any of the orbits, ये कैसे solve करें? So there is a formula, you see, number of electron in any particular shell is denoted by 2n square, where n denotes the principal quantum number of the orbit. So please repeat, number of electron in any particular shell is denoted by 2n square, where n is denoted by the principal quantum number. यहाँ पर n क्या है? We will just put the value of n from here. So if the question comes that what is the number of electron in k orbit, you will you know that for k a value of n is 1, so we will put in 2n square 2 into 1 square, that means 2. Number of electron in L shell, for L shell it will be 2 into 2 square equal to 8. Number of electron in M shell will be 2 into 3 square equal to 18. Similarly, number of electron in N shell will be 2 into 4 square, that comes 32. Now you see, this formula is very important for NEET and AIIMS both. Okay, so just like that we have to calculate the number of electron in any particular shell by this 2n square formula. So please remember these things. Okay, so it is actually very easy. Now one last thing about the principal quantum number, that the value of angular momentum, the value of angular momentum can be calculated from the value of principal quantum number. You should keep this idea in your mind. How? We know that angular momentum equal to nh by 2 pi, right? If you cannot correlate the angular momentum with this formula, then please see through the I button above. I have given there the link of the video. Please go through that lecture, you will easily understand these things. Okay, so angular momentum is nh by 2 pi. Now if we have asked that what is the angular momentum for k shell, angular momentum for k shell, you will write nh by 2 pi. We will put the value of n. The value of n for k shell is 1, so 1 into h by 2 pi, so h by 2 pi. The angular momentum of k shell we have received by the principal quantum number, with the help of principal quantum number. Just like the value of L shell will be 2h by 2 pi, that means h by pi. So please remember this idea in your mind, that angular momentum of an electron inside any shell can be calculated by the value of principal quantum number. Okay, so this is all about, you should know the principal quantum number. All total we have 4 types of quantum number. So पहला तो हो गया, अभी हम दूसरे में जाएंगे. So what is the next or what is the second type of quantum number? चलो देख लेते हैं. So here is the second type, azimuthal or secondary quantum number, and this type of quantum number is denoted by small l. Just like the principal quantum number was denoted by small n, azimuthal quantum number denoted by small l. और ये represent क्या करता है? It represents the shape of a subshell or any orbital. So please remember this point, that principal quantum number represent the size of a shell, but azimuthal quantum number represent shape of a subshell or any orbital. Please remember this point in your mind. तो चलो अब देख लेते हैं कि azimuthal quantum number small l का range क्या क्या है. ठीक है, so for any specific value of n, that is principal quantum number का कोई specific value के लिए, the value of L or range of L will be from 0 to n-1. We have to remember this idea. अब ये क्या चीज है देख लेते हैं. For any specific value of n, the value of L will run from 0 to n-1. तो हम यहाँ पर एक चार्ट बनाएंगे और इस आइडिया को समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो मान लो this is the value of n, that is principal quantum number, and here it is the value of L, which is actually 0 to n minus 1. Okay, and let us assume here the number of electron in each सबशेल. तो हम इस चार्ट को अच्छी तरीके से समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. ठीक है, तो देखिए यहाँ पर क्या लिखा है, फॉर एनी स्पेसिफिक वैल्यू ऑफ n द वैल्यू ऑफ l विल बी फ्रॉम 0 टू n माइनस 1. तो हम मान लेते हैं कि वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 1. तो n इक्वल टू 1 मतलब k शेल, k ऑर्बिट. So for k orbit n equal to 1 and the value of L here will run from 0 to 1 minus 1. n का वैल्यू 1 है यहाँ पर, तो n equal to 1. So 0 to 1 minus 1 मतलब 0 to 0. That means the value of L is only equal to 0. 0 to 0 मतलब that is only 0, right? So for n equal to 1, L will be only equal to 0, and you should know L equal to 0 मतलब S subshell. Okay, so you have to know this idea. Just like n equal to 1 का मतलब क्या था, K shell. n equal to 2 का मतलब क्या था, capital L shell. Just like that L equal to 0 मतलब S subshell. Okay, now we will see for n equal to 2. equal to 2 होगा, इसका मतलब L shell. So for L shell the value of L will run from 0 to 2 minus 1. It means it will run from 0 to 1. That means value of L will be equal to 0 and 1. 0 to 1 मतलब L equal to 0 and L equal to 1. So what we have got? In L equal to 2 we have got two subshells, L equal to 0 and L equal to 1, and we know L equal to 0 का मतलब is subshell and L equal to 1 का नाम क्या है, P subshell. Okay, so you should know that for n equal to 2 the value of L will be 0 and 1, that is H subshell and P subshell. Okay, similarly if we calculate for third shell, that is M shell, it will be 0 to 2 and the value of L will be 0, 1 and 2, right? L equal to 0 मतलब H subshell, L equal to 1 मतलब P subshell and L equal to 2 का नाम क्या है, D subshell. Okay, so L equal to 1 is P subshell, L equal to 2 is D subshell. Similarly, if we calculate for n equal to 4, then it will be capital N shell and value of L will run from 0 to 3. That means L equal to 0, L equal to 1, L equal to 2 and L equal to 3. We know L equal to 0 मतलब S subshell, L equal to 1 मतलब P subshell, L equal to 2 मतलब D subshell and L equal to 3 मतलब F subshell. Please remember these four names. So this is the idea of subshell or suborbit. अब एक चीज देखो, हाँ, अगर तुम्हें पूछा जाए कि भाई from which cell we will first get the D subshell or in which cell we will get the D subshell for the first time. Now you see in L shell or n equal to 2 there will be only two subshell present, S and P. There is no D subshell in L shell. तो मान लो अगर तुम्हें पूछा जाए कि भाई in which shell the idea of F subshell is not possible, you will tell in K shell, in L shell or in M shell the idea of F subshell is not possible. Please see this chart, you will understand yourself, right? So this type of questions are common in NEET. Okay, I will show those questions to you and you can answer yourself. Okay, but at the last part of this lecture, now we will calculate the total number of electron in each of these subshell. Okay, so up till now तुम्हें पता है कि in each shell what is the total number of electron by the formula 2n square. Okay, चलो हम एक fresh chart में number of electrons calculate करते हैं. So here you see for n equal to 1, L is only equal to 0. There is only one subshell in K shell, that is S subshell, and within S subshell the number of electron will be 2 into 0 plus 1. ये कैसे आया? For S subshell the value of L is 0, so we put 0 in this formula and we will get 2 electrons. So you see the total number of electron in S subshell is 2 electrons, and we know again that in K shell the total number of electron is 2. So both of those electrons will reside in the only subshell S present within the K shell. Is it okay? So now we will see for L shell. For L shell there are 2 subshells, S and P. And now we know that for S subshell there are 2 electrons. Now we calculate for P subshell. So for P subshell the formula will be this. The value of L will just be equal to 1. The L will be 1 for P subshell. Okay, and we will get here 6 electrons. And now you see, अब देखो L shell में कितना electrons रहता था? 2n square. मतलब टोटल 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर प्रेजेंट इन L शेल. अब इस 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन से 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल बी इनसाइड S सबशेल एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल बी इनसाइड P सबशेल. तो 2 plus 6 is 8 electrons. Okay, now we will see for M shell. So within S subshell the electrons are 2. Within P subshell the number of electrons are 6. And within D subshell the number of electron will be, here it will be L equal to 2, right? So the number of electrons will be 10 electrons. So total of 10 electrons are residing in D subshell. Now you know that in M shell total number of electron is 18. You see here 2 plus 6 plus 10, 2 plus 6 plus 10, you will get 18 electrons, right? So अब हम झट से for n equal to 4 calculate करेंगे. For S subshell 2 electron, for P subshell 6 electrons, for D subshell 10 electrons, and for F subshell 2 into 3 हो जाएगा, right? L equal to 3 for F subshell, and it will be 14 electron. You see the total number of electron in N shell is equals to 2 into 4 square, that will be 32, and you calculate it. 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14, you will get 32 electrons. Okay, so it is the calculation of electrons in each subshell. Okay, सो अब कुछ इंफॉर्मेटिव चीज देखना है ये सबशेल से, तो चलो वो भी देख लेते हैं क्योंकि वो भी नीट के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो हियर वी विल जस्ट ट्राई टू मेमोराइज द शेप्स ऑफ ईच सबशेल. ए सबशेल इज स्फेरिकल, पी सबशेल इज डम्बल शेप्ड, डी सबशेल इज डबल डम्बल शेप्ड एंड एफ सबशेल इज कॉम्प्लेक्स शेप्ड. तो ये आइडिया बस दिमाग में रखना है, तो यहाँ पर वीडियो पॉज करके इसे नोट कर लेना, ठीक है. तो एजीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर का अब एक लास्ट चीज बाकी है, तो उसे हम देख लेते हैं. जैसे कि आप सबको पता है कि फ्रॉम द आइडिया ऑफ प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर वी हैव गॉट द एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रॉन. जस्ट लाइक दैट, फ्रॉम द आइडिया ऑफ एजीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर वी कैन कैलकुलेट द orbital angular momentum. So we can calculate the orbital angular momentum of an electron from the azimuthal quantum number. अब उसके लिए एक फॉर्मूला है, उसे देख लेते हैं. रूट ओवर L इंटू L प्लस 1 H बाई 2 पाई. So this is the formula to calculate orbital angular momentum. So here you know that we can write it also in this form, that root over L into L plus 1 into H hash. So it is actually H by 2 pi. We can also tell this term as H hash. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate orbital angular momentum. Now let us take an example. If we try to calculate the orbital angular momentum of S subshell, what will be it? We will put the value of L within this formula. So root over, for S subshell the value of L is 0. For S subshell value of L 0. So root over 0 into 0 plus 1 H hash. So it will become 0. You see, 0 into anything is 0. So orbital angular momentum of S subshell comes to be as 0. So just like that, if we try to calculate the orbital angular momentum of, let us assume D subshell. D subshell के लिए calculate करते हैं. So for D subshell the value of L is 2. Okay. Also we put 2 within this formula. 2 into 2 plus 1 H hash. So that will become root over 6 H hash. Okay, so just like that we need to know that how to calculate the orbital angular momentum of an electron through this formula. So please remember this formula and this idea, क्योंकि यहाँ से भी क्वेश्चन बहुत पॉपुलर होता है. ओके, तो चलो, we have completed the azimuthal quantum number. Okay, so let's take a look over the third quantum number. So the third type of quantum number is magnetic quantum number, and it is denoted by small m. And what does it represent? This quantum number represents the actual orientation of an electron inside a subshell. मतलब within a subshell, how actually the electron wave is oriented, that is represented by magnetic quantum number. That means magnetic quantum number gives us the idea of orbitals, right? We know that inside a subshell there are many orbitals, and within these orbitals the electrons are present. So magnetic quantum number gives us the idea of orbitals. Now you see, let us assume it is a subshell, any subshell. When any magnetic field is passed through a subshell, it differentiates into orbitals. मतलब जब भी कोई मैग्नेटिक फील्ड सबसेल से पास होगा, then the subshell will be divided into orbitals, and within these orbitals the electrons are actually present. Now we have to know what does actually an orbital means. एक orbital मतलब क्या है? Orbital is a place inside a subshell where probability of finding an electron is maximum. Okay, so orbital is the place within a subshell where probability of finding electron is maximum, and probability of finding electron का sign है psi. So psi is maximum where in orbitals, right? अब इसका मतलब क्या है? देखो, we know that electrons are wave. Electrons are not actually particles. right? Electrons are not stable, they are moving, so electrons cannot be present at any specific place. It can just move over a specific place, है ना? So within these orbitals the probability of a moving electron is maximum, right? अब जैसे हम लोग रेंज ऑफ n को निकाला, रेंज ऑफ l को निकाला, ठीक उसी तरह हमें अब रेंज ऑफ m को निकालना है. सो प्लीज रिमेंबर, फॉर a value of L, m runs from -1 to +1 including 0. अब ये क्या चीज है? देखो, for any specific value of L, the value of m will be from -1 to +1 including 0. We will see examples, then we will easily understand this concept. उसे हम बाद में एक चार्ट में देखेंगे, ठीक है? अब बताओ कि नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इन ईच ऑर्बिटल क्या होगा? प्लीज रिमेंबर, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इन ईच ऑर्बिटल इज ऑलवेज 2 electrons. So number of electron in any orbital, that may be any orbital, but total number of electron in any orbital is always 2. यहाँ पर कोई भी फॉर्मूला नहीं है. जैसे n में फॉर्मूला था, हमारा l में फॉर्मूला था, लेकिन यहाँ पर the number of electron in any orbital is always 2. So please remember this concept. So now we will see for each and every shells, and we will try to find the orbitals within them. अब देखिए, let us assume the value of L is 0. For 0, the value of m will only be 0. And you should know, for 0, the name of the orbital is s orbital. You see, value of L is 0, मतलब s subshell. S subshell. So within S subshell there is only one orbital present and its name is also S orbital, है ना? तो S subshell contains only one orbital, that is S orbital. And the number of electron in S orbital, हमें क्या पता है? किसी भी ऑर्बिटल में मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज ऑलवेज 2, किसी भी ऑर्बिटल के लिए. सो नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज 2. अब एग्जाम्पल क्या होगा? मान लो 1s, मान लो 2s, मान लो 3s. इसका मतलब क्या? n इक्वल टू 1, l इक्वल टू 0, m इक्वल टू 0, n इक्वल टू 2, l इक्वल टू 0, m इक्वल टू 0, n इक्वल टू 3, l इक्वल टू 0, m इक्वल टू 0, है ना? नाउ वी विल सी फॉर वैल्यू ऑफ l इक्वल टू 1. इसका मतलब हो गया हमारा p सबसेल, है ना? तो बताओ यहां पर m का रेंज क्या क्या होगा? -1 including 0 +1. So for l equal to 1, the value of m are 3. You see, -1, 0 and +1. अब -1 को हम बोलेंगे px ऑर्बिटल, 0 को हम बोलेंगे py ऑर्बिटल एंड +1 को हम बोलेंगे pz ऑर्बिटल. तो यहां पर इन p सबसेल we have got 3 orbitals, px, py and pz. Now number of electron in each orbital is always 2, है ना? अब एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं. चलिए, मान लीजिए 2px. What does it mean? It replies that n equal to 2, l equal to 1 and p equal to -1. You see, for px the value of m is -1, so p is -1. Now let us assume 3pz. Let us assume 3pz. So यहाँ पर n is 3. You see, l is 1 and p is +1. So in this way you should reply the address of an electron. Okay, तो हमारा p सबसेल में 3 ऑर्बिटल्स मिल गया. नाउ यू सी फॉर वैल्यू ऑफ एल इज 2. एल इक्वल टू 2 मतलब कौन सा सबशेल है? डी सबशेल. एंड what will be the values for m? Range of m will run from minus l to plus l. तो minus l मतलब minus 2, minus 1 including 0, plus 1 and plus 2. So within d subshell, that is l equal to 2, the number of orbitals are 5. देखो, for minus 2 it will be d xy orbital. For minus 1 it will be d yz orbital. For 0 it will be dz square orbital. For 1 it is dxz orbital, and for plus 2 it is dx square minus y square orbital. So here you can see for d subshell there are 5 orbitals: dxy, dyz, dz square, dxz and dx square minus y square orbitals. Now let us take an example. Let us take 4dz square. Now here the value of n is 4, value of l is d मतलब 2, and value of m is z square मतलब 0. Let us take 6dxy. So n equal to 6, l equal to 2 and m is for xy it is minus 2. तो हो गया हमारा ऑर्बिटल का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर. अच्छी तरीके से इस चार्ट को समझ लो और ऑर्बिटल्स का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो जाएगा. नाउ यू सी वन थिंग. Now what we know, the probability of finding an electron is maximum within an orbital. Now from this concept और एक concept आता है, the probability of finding an electron minimum कहाँ पर है? So from this idea you will get the concept of nodes. Okay, don't worry, you will get the concept of nodes in this video later on. Okay, so first let us complete the fourth type of quantum number जो कि बहुत ही छोटा है. चलो देख लेते हैं. तो यहां पर है spin quantum number. So it is the fourth type of quantum number and the last type. Spin quantum number is denoted by small s. Now what does spin quantum number represent? It represents the spin of an electron. It represents the spin of an electron. अभी इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? See, electrons are always moving. The spin can be in the clockwise direction or maybe in the anti-clockwise direction. So for clockwise direction, it is always plus half, and for anti-clockwise direction it is always minus half. You see, the spin of an electron, if in clockwise direction it is plus half, and the spin of an electron in anti-clockwise direction is represented by minus half. So what do we know? Within any orbital the number of electron is always 2, and for those 2 electrons the value of s will be plus half and minus half. So within any orbital there are 2 electrons. One electron has clockwise spin and the other electron must have anti-clockwise spin. Within any orbital both of the electrons can never be of same spin. That is, दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन का s value can never be plus half and plus half or minus half and minus half. अगर एक का वैल्यू होगा प्लस हाफ तो दूसरे का वैल्यू must have to be minus half. Okay, so please remember this, it is very easy to understand. Okay, so now spin quantum number gives us the value of spin angular momentum. Just like we know that the azimuthal quantum number gave us the idea of orbital angular momentum. Just like that, the S, that is spin quantum number, gives us the value of spin angular momentum of an electron. अब इसका भी एक फॉर्मूला है, चलो देख लेते हैं. रूट ओवर S into S plus 1 H hash. The formula is just similar to that of orbital angular momentum. वहां पर बस L था और यहां पर S है. तो अगर कोई तुम्हें पूछे कि भाई कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन अगर क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रहा है, क्लॉकवाइज स्पिन है, तो उसका स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम क्या होगा? सो टेल मी. द वैल्यू विल बी रूट ओवर एस का वैल्यू क्या होगा फॉर क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन? प्लस हाफ. सो द वैल्यू विल बी प्लस हाफ, हाफ प्लस 1 H hash. This will be the value. And for anti-clockwise direction, the value of S will here be minus half. That is the only difference here. Okay. So spin quantum number के लिए इससे ज़्यादा और कुछ भी ज़रूरत नहीं है. Okay. So we have totally finished the 4 type of quantum numbers. The principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. अभी एक चीज और बाकी है, द कंसेप्ट्स ऑफ नोड्स. नोड्स क्या चीज है वो थोड़ा देख लेते हैं. तो भाई हमें पता क्या था कि इन एन ऑर्बिटल द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ फाइंडिंग एन इलेक्ट्रॉन इज मैक्सिमम. सो द रिवर्स ऑफ दैट, द सरफेसेस और प्लेन्स इन एन एटम where probability of finding electron is 0. That is Psi is probability of finding an electron is denoted by the letter psi. Okay, so psi is 0. So any plane or any type of surface, if we can find which has no electron, where probability of finding electron is 0, then we will tell that surface or that plane is a nodal surface or nodal plane. समझ में आ गया? So nodal planes or nodal surfaces are of 2 types. One is spherical nodes or radial nodes, and number 2 is angular nodes or planar nodes. अब नाम से ही पता चल जाता है कि डिफरेंस क्या है. देखो, the spherical nodes are actually spherical in shape. In spherical plane or spherical surface where probability of finding electron is 0, we will tell that spherical nodes or radial nodes. And any plane, not spherical surface, where psi is 0, we will tell that a angular nodes. अब radial nodes और angular nodes का डिफरेंस तुम्हें नीट में और एम्स में कहाँ पर भी काम नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन क्या आता है हम उस पर फोकस करेंगे. ठीक है, तो चलो थोड़ा देख लेते हैं. अब देखो यहां पर मान लो तुम्हें पूछा गया कि भाई फॉर 1s ऑर्बिटल व्हाट इज द नंबर ऑफ रेडियल नोड्स, है ना. सो तुम्हें बस ये फॉर्मूला याद रखना है और कुछ भी नहीं. यू सी नंबर ऑफ रेडियल नोड्स इज n minus l minus 1. इसका मतलब क्या है? देखो, अगर दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल वी टेक, देन फॉर 1s वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 1, वैल्यू ऑफ l, that is s orbital, right, in 1s, so value of l will be 0 and minus 1, so it comes to be 0. So number of radial nodes in 1s orbital is 0. अब देखो number of angular nodes का फॉर्मूला क्या है? number of angular nodes is equal to just l. so l का मतलब क्या था? हमारा azimuthal quantum number. That means let us calculate for 1s. In 1s there is a subshell, and S subshell means the value of L is 0. That means the number of angular nodes is also 0. Number of radial nodes is also 0 for 1s orbital. And total number of nodes क्या है? बताओ. The formula is n minus 1. That is n is 1. So 1 minus 1 is also 0. You see radial node 0 है, angular node 0 है, तो टोटल नोड्स तो 0 ही होगा, है ना. So in this way we actually calculate the number of nodes. अब मान लो तुम्हें पूछा गया for 3s. Okay, in 3s you see the number of radial nodes will be 3 minus 0 minus 1. Right? N is 3, L is 0 for S subshell, and 1 is here. So it comes to be 2. And angular nodes will be 0. Because for S subshell, the value of L is 0. So total number of nodes comes to be 3 minus 1. It is again 2. You see, 2 plus 0 is 2. So from here, you see one thing, one conclusion we can draw, that S subshell के लिए कोई भी angular nodes नहीं होता. That may be 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, कुछ भी हो. कभी भी angular nodes is never possible for S subshell. Okay, so please keep this concept within your mind. अब हम P subshell के लिए देखेंगे. So पहले देखो, let us calculate for 2px. So what will be the number of radial nodes? N is 2, L is 1 and minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 0 and the number of angular nodes is equal to L. तो यहाँ पर L का वैल्यू क्या है P सबसेल के लिए? L is here 1 and the total number of nodes is N minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Right? So radial number of radial nodes is 0, angular nodes is 1 and total number of nodes is also 1. अब मान लो for 4pz, the number of radial nodes will be 4 minus 1 minus 1, that is equal to 2. Number of angular nodes will be equal to 1 and total number of nodes will be 4 minus 1 equal to 3. So in this way you have to calculate the number of nodes for S subshell, for P subshell and also for D subshell. Okay, तो वो तो तुम खुद ही कर लोगे from this formula, बहुत easy है. अब देखो एक concept है, हाँ थोड़ा समझ लो. Here you see it is the px orbital. Diagrammatically it looks like this, right? These are the three axes, px, py and pz axis. Now in px orbital, the probability of finding electron is maximum through the px axis. So in this px orbital, the probability of finding electron is maximum. And for px orbital, the number of planar nodes is always 1. You see for px, the zy plane, for px, the zy or yz plane will be the planar node. Similarly for py orbital, the xz plane will be the planar node, right? And similarly for pz, the xy plane will be the plane of node, right? The xy plane. So you just keep this concept in your mind. For px orbital, yz is the planar node. For py, it is xz. And for pz orbital, it is xy planar nodes. Just keep this idea in your mind. Now one last thing. Just like we have drawn the px, py and pz orbital, let us just take a look over the diagrams of d orbitals. d orbitals की diagram कैसा होता है और वहाँ पर angular nodes कैसे दिखते हैं, चलो देख लेते हैं. So these are the 5 diagrams of d orbitals. ये उतना भी important नहीं है, बस थोड़ा जान लो. So it is the dxy orbital and here the nodal planes are xz and yz plane. बस इतना जान लो. It is the diagram of dyz orbital and here the planes are xz and xy plane. It is dxz orbital and the planes are xy and yz planes. The nodal planes are xy and yz planes. Now you see, it is an interesting diagram of dx square minus y square. And here you will also get 2 nodal planes. And those nodal planes or angular nodes are 2 diagonal planes which are perpendicular to the xy plane. And ये भी बहुत important है. This diagram is also very important. It is dz square के diagram, right? And here the nodal planes are 2 conical surfaces. These planes are conical planes which are present at an angle of 53 degree with respect to the z axis. Please remember this two at least. Okay, तो बस ये जानना है हमारा d ऑर्बिटल्स के लिए. ओके, सो वीडियो बहुत ही लंबा हो गया, बट वी हैव कंप्लीटेड ईच एंड एवरी टॉपिक फॉर नीट एंड एम्स. अब नीट एंड एम्स के लिए ये शेल, सबशेल, ऑर्बिटल्स और नोड्स का कोई भी कंसेप्ट छूटा नहीं है. Any question you pick from the previous year, you will get it done very quickly and easily. That is my guarantee to you. Okay, so thank you all. तो आज का लेक्चर यहाँ पर ही ख़त्म होता है, लेकिन तुम्हारा प्रैक्टिस ख़त्म नहीं होना चाहिए. And if you have any doubt from this lecture, please comment below in the comment section. Okay, please give a like and please share with your friends और सब्सक्राइब करने मत भूलना. And please wait for the next lecture, which will probably be the last lecture of atomic structure. Okay, it will come to you as soon as possible. So please keep on studying. अच्छे से पढ़ते रहो, समझ के पढ़ते रहो, and best of luck for your NEET exam. Okay, so thank you all. Bye bye.